Punching Up, a Nintendo podcast, is brought to you by you. If you want to learn how to support our show, go to patreon.com/laststandmedia. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Punching Up. You're now, weekly in this case, Nintendo podcast from Last Stand Media. I'm your host, Dustin. We're here with a special episode because Nintendo decided to drop a Nintendo Direct on us out of nowhere. So we're dropping an episode of Punching Up out of nowhere on you with this episode. Little surprise, though. Little guest in the house. Brad, welcome to Punching Up today. How are you?
Hello, fellow, what do you guys call Brickfisters or whatever?
Brickfisters.
Brickfisters is the most common one, I think. Because I was literally thinking about that last night. I was like, I'm a Brickfister.
Yeah.
You know, according to my fans, you know?
Yeah, I'm a temporary Brickfister for today. Feels weird, but also good at the same time. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, good to see you again. We were just on Seven Sign
yes, sir.
yesterday. Did we just publish that
Yeah,
too?
fuck you guys.
Yeah,
Talking really shit. You guys talking shit. I'm not even there. All these baseless. I have impeccable taste and impeccable takes on eco, but we'll save that conversation. I feel like that's an event. Maybe we should stream that. The Great Eco Debate could be something.
Are you sure?
Cage match. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm positive.
Okay.
That's easy. This is easy territory, really.
Okay.
While we're here, Gene, hello, welcome to the show. Any other shit you want to talk today? Only while I'm here.
to your face.
To my face. I'm here. I'm ready.
I remember one time I still remember this to this day where I was talking shit about my roommate and then I didn't realize that he was in the room.
Oh shit.
That's awesome.
As my mate. And then so he literally just looked at me. He was like, "Are you really just talking shit like in front of me?" I was like, "Oh shit, dude! I didn't see you there, bro. I'm sorry."
Yeah.
Wait, what kind of room was this where you didn't see him?
It was the living room. So I was like in the kitchen, and like the pillar was blocking the way. And I was like, "Fucking Andrew, man! Like he might as well just like shit in the sink because he never washes the fucking dishes."
That's awesome.
He was like right there.
Damn.
I was like, yeah, but you want to wash your dishes though, man.
Yeah, gotta do that shit.
I feel like the rule for shit talking, or like fair shit talking, is all the things you got. To be fair, the things you said on Summon Sign, you clearly say right in front of my face.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so
it
wasn't
100%.
real shit talking,
No.
but I'm gonna act like it was anyway, just for the sake of the conversation. But Gene, good to have you today. Last but certainly not least, Mama Micah, welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you. I got a little something to post to you guys. I made a discovery. I posted this on Twitter, but I made a discovery in my sleep habits. Sleeping with one sock on, and you reach like the perfect temperature equilibrium. All right, because no socks, I'm cold. 2 socks, I'm hot. 1 sock really solved the problem. I was telling my nephews about this on Father's Day, telling them you got to try this out. So I'm just spreading the word that like if you're like me and you're like too hot, too cold when you sleep, try 1 sock. It might just change your life.
What is wrong with you Moriartys?
Household,
all of you are so fucking weird in some way.
One
Colin sleeps like Winnie the Pooh, like naked with no bottoms and a shirt. You sleep with 1 sock. You guys are too unhinged.
Colin in the shower, bathing himself and a shower, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's making a little gas chamber for himself.
Yeah.
I think we just dare to dream. That's all. We're not afraid to live differently. Like here's the thing, right? It felt crazy to have 1 sock on, but it worked. Right? It worked. And so if you just cross the barrier of that's too weird, I'm not going to do that, just try it. And like it works, man. Like it really did. I went to sleep much faster without being too cold, without being too hot. Like it fixed the problem. I'm a believer now.
The asymmetry would kill me. I the whole time I'd be like, why do I only have 1 sock on? And I would not be able to sleep, period.
Yeah, that ain't right.
I mean,
the whole time I'd be like, why am I only wearing 1 sock for like 8 hours? You know?
I think you got to pick a default foot as well. Like I'm going to wear a sock on righty because that just feels right. but I don't know if I'd switch to lefty. I do like I wear these socks that are right and left foot specific. And so those you got to be careful, right? You can't just put those on the wrong foot. They don't feel right. But my sleeping socks are ambidextrous feet. So, I just pop one of those on, go right to bed. I want to take this to the audience because if you have insomnia, I might be able to help you with that. I think this could just help a lot of people.
I'm not discussing. Here's the thing. This is like on Sacred when people write in, they're trying to get a rise. Micah, this bait's not working on me. It might work on Gene. It might work on Brad. It might work on members of the audience. I don't believe this.
Why are you so upset that I'm just living my life, living my truth, Dustin?
You're trying to get a rise out of me.
I'm just spreading the word that if you're not afraid to be unconventional, you might get the best night's sleep of your life. And you know what, Dustin? Here's the thing: you're gonna try it, and you're not gonna tell a soul. I know you. You're gonna pop on one sock. Holly's gonna be like, "What the hell are you doing?" You're gonna be experimenting, and then you're never gonna tell anybody. But it's gonna be the best night's sleep of your life.
Imagine Holly getting into bed. And I'm like, "Hey, you want to try something experimental?" And then she's like, "Oh, okay." And then I'm like, "Get your feet out."
She's all pregnant and everything too. And she's like, "Oh, what's gonna happen here?
This is gonna be something special."
And you break out one sock and like, want to put this on? And she's like, how?
Yeah, how? Where?
How?
Just one.
Dustin, you brought up how the audience trying to get you riled up. And I've noticed over time that Summon Sign has become the podcast that everyone snitches on other members of LSM.
It is. It really has become that. Yeah.
So if you need a snitch, you can go ahead and send it in a Summon Sign, I guess. That'll be where you can air your grievances. Because I'm fine with it. But you're going to have to deal with whoever is getting snitched on. They're going to retaliate. So just be aware of that. Because I'm going to read your name out. So be careful.
Retaliate? I mean, here's the thing is that...
Real Radic snitched you out.
Oh, about Eco or...
Yeah.
Oh, well, Radic... I mean,
you told us, but...
Radic wasn't even born yet when that game came out, so... Who is he to speak?
Neither were you, I think.
Yes, I was.
I mean, like, you were like 5,
Okay, well, hold on. What year
Eco?
did Eco come out?
Early
Eco,
2000s.
2001. Brother.
Oh, yeah, we were alive.
Look at how early that was. Jesus.
Come on,
that's like
man.
a couple years later.
Yeah, how old were you?
I beat Metal Gear Solid at that point. September 2001, I would have been in either first or second grade. So
there you go.
I was born in 93. Yeah. So I don't know, do the math. Less than 10.
Okay. It would have been like third or fourth grade, I guess.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, welcome to Punching Up, everybody. This is, as I said, a special episode as we will be reviewing not everything announced at the Nintendo Direct, but most of the stuff because there was a lot of really good and fun things. This is going to come out immediately for everybody. So if you enjoy this over on YouTube for our free audience, enjoy the freebie. But if you want early access to this show, along with everything else, and normally the ability to write into the show, which we're not doing today because we're going just right off the cuff, sign up at patreon.com/laststandmedia. $5 a month gets you early access to all of our shows and the ability to write in, stuff like that. And there's other tiers, of course, if you're interested, Discord access, things like that. We would love to see you over there if you'd like to support. And if not, we're happy to have you here on YouTube or on podcast feeds, whatever. I have one other announcement for the audience while we're here, and that is, some of you may know, I'm going to be a dad pretty soon at the end of July. It has been decided while I'm gone, Brad will be taking over hosting duties for me. So when will it start? I don't know. When will it end? I don't know either. That's part of the fun. When I told Brad, I was like, yeah, you're eventually going to have to do this. This is the approximate range, but good luck. Brad, how do you feel taking over for a little bit while I'm gone?
I'm excited, dude. It's an honor to take over Punching Up, become the substitute teacher of the classroom, I guess, for a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm happy to whip these two into shape.
Oh,
got Nintendo stuff. It's gonna be
I'm trying to think like Micah and her Zelda stuff. You might be able to do some work there.
Maybe.
And Gene, you gotta like, hey, you don't need the Zelda Switch Lite. that we're going to talk about. Like, tell him
I
not.
kind of like when Gene gets hyped up about that shit, though.
It's
Yeah.
That gets me. I like
when
to
I saw
live
that, I was
vicariously
like,
through Gene in that sense.
when I saw that, I was like, God damn it! Are they really gonna sell me another Switch Lite? I'm on the side of not getting it though. I am on the side of not getting it.
Switch
Yeah,
Lite,
because-
dude. Yeah, right. Stinky. I don't want
Yeah,
that.
because well, I already have the purple Switch Lite, which
Yeah.
is like the GameCube color. So I was like, that's the perfect Switch Lite. Like I don't.
Yeah.
You can put any other brand on it. It's not going to matter because I want the purple Switch Lite. That's the one. You know. They
Yeah.
already made the best one, so I don't need another one. But you know, they almost got me there. They almost got me there, but I'm safe.
You're safe for now.
Brad, you mentioned about being a substitute teacher, but what if it's one of those situations where the substitute teacher, the long-term sub comes in and everyone's like, wow, this guy's awesome. He's way better than our regular teacher. And then when I come back, everyone's like, he's back.
Man, maybe. I'm going to think of it as summer school. You have a cool summer school teacher. That's me for a little bit.
Right.
You're going to be on summer break. Because it's going to be during the summer.
Sure.
I'm going to be your summer school teacher for a little bit. We're going to be cool. We're going to watch some movies. You know, maybe watch Toy Story. Get some cookies or something like that. That's the kind of teacher I'm going to be. We're going to have a good time. We're going to go to the park. It's going to be sweet.
Okay.
I hope you're not going to be the type of teacher that starts touching the kids. That's all I hope.
No. You guys get enough of that. You guys get enough of that.
And pure.
Did you ever give a teacher a hug? It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Senior year, you know, when we were like leaving and you're saying goodbye, I definitely hugged a couple of the female teachers that I was very close with at school. Otherwise, no, not really.
Yeah, I remember hugging my one chemistry teacher, and it was not weird at all. Trust me. She's very normal. I'm not making any accusations, but when she hugged me, she touched the back of my head a little bit. I've never forgotten it.
Wow.
I've never forgotten it.
Wow.
And
you got a little something extra.
Kind of made me feel something.
She stained the back of your head. It's still there. You still feel it. Huh?
I still feel it. I can feel it's the phantom feel, you know, on the back of my head. And again, I'm not saying there was nothing weird about it, but I'm just saying. Guys, let's get into Nintendo stuff. This Nintendo Direct dropped out of nowhere, announced this morning at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Brad, you were up at the butt crack of dawn.
Too early.
Too early.
Up before even that. I was up very early today.
Very early to watch. We watched together on stream. And Gene, also shout out, not to get us distracted again, your Shadow of the Erdtree content. I saw your thing that was like review. 5 things to know. Did you do a review also? Or just
I did do a review, yeah. I did a review and a little guide. Not really like a walkthrough or anything, but just like, you know, these are 5 things that you should do to prepare for Shadow Erdtree, or
nice.
You know, just mentally prepare for. Basically, you know, you won't be like, as I said on Summer Sign, go listen to it. It's out today on Tuesday. As I said, there's no way you can be over leveled for Elden Ring Shadow Erdtree. You can, yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Wow.
I've had this photo.
Oh, dude, yes.
I've had this photo of Miyazaki in the background of my set for probably 2-3 months. No one's ever said anything. No one's looking back there.
Yeah.
So on the day of these, I know this is a Nintendo show.
Kind of like a hidden pathway in a Souls game.
Right.
You're just like, oh, I didn't know you were there the whole time.
Yeah, he's been here. And I know this is a Nintendo show. We're talking Nintendo Direct, but the reviews are out today. He'll stay here. He'll stay here for Sacred too, I think.
Dude, I had him at my desk at Game Trailers, I remember, on the wall. Like a nice photo of him.
Oh,
We're
nice.
on the wavelength, Dustin. That's good.
Yeah, very nice. You can get, every once in a while, if you follow Wario, he'll say, hey, Walgreens is doing a free 8x10. And just do that, and then you can get whatever picture you want printed. So I got this lovely photo.
Yeah, that's
I
pretty
need Nomura on mine, dude.
Dude, Nomura. Get that Nomura
Miyazaki.
Stink all over your wall.
Like him sitting like this or something.
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
His interviews and
like
shit.
this.
In the dark,
Inside.
yeah. That's what I need.
All right.
So the darkness to the right. You know?
Okay. Let's get into the first thing here, finally. Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics.
Massive announcement.
Yeah.
No idea. This came out of nowhere. I couldn't even believe what I was seeing.
Gene, hold your horses here. Let me explain it for the audience. I'm gonna let you go off. I'm gonna let you bust, okay? Here we go. 7 beloved arcade classics, including X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, New Age of Heroes, and more, are back to duke it out on Nintendo Switch. This collection features iconic characters and moves, along with added features and enhancements like online functionality, training modes, custom matches, spectator features, a museum, a music player, display filters, and a one-button special move, just to name a few. Also included are the first ever US releases of the arcade version of the beat-em-up game The Punisher, Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics, comes out swinging, Nintendo Switch this year. Gene, I gave the layout. That's from all of this info is from their press release. Gene, you seem pretty pumped up. Are you seem like you're ready to be taken for a ride?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what's up.
Are you guys fans of?
Yes, big time.
Yes, Marvel.
That was like the last fighting game I played a lot of.
Yes. So for context, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is often considered one of, if not the best 2D fighting game, alongside Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, right? And maybe like a King of Fighters like 98 or a Capcom vs. SNK 2. But Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is absolutely up there within the Valhalla, the Mount Rushmore of fighting games, especially 2D fighting games. But it has been trapped on either outdated arcade boards or Xbox 360 machines that still have it downloaded because it got delisted on the Xbox Live Marketplace due to licensing issues. Or you find a very, very expensive copy on PS2 or Dreamcast. And that was it. So for the last several years, I think over like 10 years, there has been a hashtag free Marvel vs. Capcom 2 campaign being led mostly by a fighting game and content creator Maximilian Dude. And last year, Arcade 1-Up released an arcade cabinet of Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and people freaked out. But of course, that costs like $500 to $700 and is a whole arcade machine. So like even if you like do a Google search for free Marvel vs. Capcom 2, you find an immediate Reddit post complaining about this and saying, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is not free. This is not free. It has to be on modern consoles and PC. Well, here we are. Here we are today. It happened. And it's crazy how Nintendo just nonchalantly announced it. Like even in this write-up here, they mentioned X-Men versus Street Fighter first, as if that's the most important game. But it's Marvel versus Capcom 2, absolutely. But the fact that it includes X-Men versus Street Fighter, that's crazy. Omega Red, Omega Red will be back. The Punisher arcade game, what the fuck? Holy shit, man! This is a crazy package. So, this is a godsend for the fighting game community. People have been asking for this for years, and it's crazy that it just came out of nowhere for Nintendo. It's coming to PC, coming to PS4, which is great. At least the PS5 community can play it there too, and completely skipping Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
No Xbox release at all, even though Xbox was the last one, the last generation to actually have an official release of the game. Capcom said, fuck Xbox. And I have a lot to say about that, but I think it's partially because Xbox has not cultivated a community for the fighting game fan base. Xbox has a key fighting game franchise, one of the best, Killer Instinct. It's a fantastic game, but I remember a couple years ago that you listened to the Kind of Funny Xcast. I'm not downing their Xbox credentials. Snowbike Mike and Paris and Gary Whitta, all those guys are true blue Xbox lovers, right? Not doubting that, but they thought that Killer Instinct was not a big deal. So even the biggest fans, like the biggest spokespeople of the fan community in the media for the Xbox community, are discounting Killer Instinct. Whereas the fighting game and community is like, what the fuck are you talking about? Killer Instinct is God, So clearly, the Xbox community has not really cultivated this fighting game community. So it makes sense to me that Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is completely skipping Xbox, which is too bad,
So yeah, the platforms are Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, which is of course playable on PS5 and PC. No Xbox. Brad, here's the full list of games.
Mm-hmm.
X-Men, Children of the Atom, Marvel Superheroes, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom, Clash of Superheroes, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and The Punisher. So, Brad, I know you're pretty excited about Marvel vs. Capcom, but some beat-em-ups in here as well.
Oh, yeah, the Punisher one, right? Mostly? I remember the Punisher one a little. I don't have a ton of experience with it, but I remember it was all right. Capcom made really good beat-em-ups back in the day.
Isn't the X-Men game, Children of the Atom, is that a...
I think, is that the fighting game? Do a double check.
Oh,
for
it
me.
is okay. That's a fighting game.
Yeah, I
Marvel
remember.
Superheroes, maybe.
Oh, X-Men versus Children of Atom is a fighting game. It
Yeah.
was the first. It was the first versus game.
Yeah, Street Fighter, or sorry, X-Men versus Street Fighter is like the one I remember. Or Capcom is the one I remember. I'm really excited for that one to come back.
Yeah.
Kind of surprised Marvel vs. Capcom 1's not in here, even though 2 is just like way more famous and everything. Has way
It is a
bigger
bummer,
roster.
yeah.
But I'm just
Yeah,
kind of
that's
like,
weird.
wish they just kind of snuck that in there, just for completion's sake.
Is Marvel vs. Capcom Clash of Superheroes Marvel vs. Capcom 1?
Yeah, was that in there?
It's in there.
Okay, never mind. Then it's in there. Good.
Good.
I missed
Perfect. Excellent.
Yeah, that is nice then. That's even
Oh yeah,
better.
Clash of Superheroes. Yeah.
Wait, this says, okay, I'm looking at Wikipedia, live correcting. Marvel vs. Capcom Clash of Superheroes is a crossover fighting game developed and published by Capcom. It's the third installment in the Marvel vs. Capcom series.
Mhm.
Because the first one is X-Men versus Street Fighter. The second is Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter. Then Marvel vs. Capcom Clash of Superheroes. Then
okay.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Very
Okay, so
confusing.
that's some Capcom fighting game level shit.
Well,
right
yeah,
there.
the 90s
Classic
Capcom fighting game.
back
Yeah,
in the day. Yeah.
it's like 20 versions of a game.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm really happy. Like Gene said, this is a really big deal, actually. People have been wanting this for a long time. I'm curious to hear what they say about the online and whatever it's going to be, if it'll roll back or hopefully it does. I hope they have that. I think the Darkstalkers collection did or whatever. I think it did.
Yeah.
So this is good news. Yeah, it is sad that Xbox people aren't getting it.
And also, I think I see that there's no physical edition for the Switch, which would be a bummer. But
yeah,
as long as it's coming out for PS4, that's okay. And I guess that would be on my platform then. Sorry, Nintendo.
yeah.
I would, regardless of the platform, I would want Marvel vs. Capcom 2 like on a physical like
Oh
platform.
yeah, that'd be nice. But I'm just happy it's back. That's a feel good announcement.
Yeah,
It should
but
be in
good job
licensing
Nintendo
hell.
for landing that announcement.
That announcement,
Which
yeah.
definitely
one.
lifted this the quality of this direct overall. You know.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool. Well, Micah, I'll leave you off this one because I know you're not into it, but that's okay. Next one is Metal Slug Attack Reloaded. So again, this is from the press release. Metal Slug returns as a tower defense game with beginner-friendly controls and its signature 2D pixel look. Build the strongest team you can and crush enemy bases with a variety of strategies and hundreds of characters. The game also features the Another Story mode, a unique collection of episodes that fans won't want to miss, and a viewable gallery mode. Battle it out with players all over the world and strive for the highest title when Metal Slug Attack Reloaded launches on Switch today, out today. So a little shadow drop action. Brad, I know this got a little pop from you.
I just didn't even know this existed. I was like, what the hell? We finally got confirmation of Metal Slug Tactics coming out. Like, again, it's a release date. And I love Metal Slug, so just seeing another game was very surprising to me. Especially a tower defense game. Very shocking. Very surprising.
Really
I'm
weird.
curious
Metal
about
Slug
it,
Metal Slug is becoming like the horizon of SNK. It's just like what? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. More games like this, I guess.
just
yeah.
a weird new type of version. It's like, okay, I hope it's cool.
Yeah, that tripped me out. I was like, is this Tactics? No, it's just a new game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's neat, and they've got Tactics coming, so definitely you're right. They're definitely pushing the Metal Slug quite a bit. But yeah, neat little announcement if you're into that. Let's go ahead and move on to the Game Boy Advance stuff, or I guess in general the NSO emulator stuff. First of all, Game Boy Advance is getting 2 new games. First of all, it says play 2 of Link's classic adventures, including one with online multiplayer, in Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past 4 Swords, and suit up for a remake of Samus's first adventure in Metroid Zero Mission. So, yeah, as it says here, Metroid Zero Mission, this is a remake of the original NES Metroid game available for Game Boy Advance. And then Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past 4 Swords. So, Gene, do either one of these games do anything for you?
Yes, Four Swords is a great game. It is a canon Zelda story and part of the mainline franchise, so definitely check it out. It has its own story too. And it's actually, I think it could be, well, if you actually care about the timeline stuff, it could be important to the timeline. I don't care. But,
Nintendo
it's
doesn't
fine.
care about that.
Hmm?
They don't even care about that.
Nintendo doesn't care. Yeah, they don't give a shit. They only care because they accidentally fucked up once and said it mattered.
Yep.
And then they realize, wait, we were lying. It actually doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But I popped off definitely during a Zero Mission. I've been wanting a re-release of that game for a while. It is a bummer that it is trapped online. I would like to have a physical copy of it as a collector, right? But it is, I would argue, maybe the second or third best Metroid game, 2D Metroid game. And probably much better than the original version, I think. Because the original version just hasn't aged well. And I hate saying aged well or aged badly. I start sounding like fucking Dustin.
Huh. Interesting. Very interesting.
Cro-Magnon of video game criticism, but...
Just go play it. See if you have fun playing the original Metroid. Maybe you realize, oh, well... This really isn't fun.
It kind of isn't fun though. To be quite clear,
you can still appreciate it, but you have to acknowledge it's not fun anymore. Wow.
Yes, you can appreciate it. Yes. Interesting
stuff. Anyway, please continue, Gene. Please.
I'm glad we're having this conversation now, Dustin. Anyways, so basically, it hasn't aged that well. Zero Mission is really, really great. It's just a better version of the first game, so definitely check it out.
Brad, you told me we're playing Four Swords.
Oh, yeah, man. Co-op Zelda time. We don't get that very often. Four Swords is fun. Like Gene said, nice little romp, not too long. Have a good little time with the boys and that. Get to be Link with everybody.
Hell yeah. And Metroid? Are you going to...
Yeah, I'm going to play Metroid today, actually.
Oh, cool. On stream?
It's been a long time since I've played that, yeah.
Cool.
I was like, hell yeah, it's back. It's not too long either.
Mike, I'm guessing neither one of these are something that you're particularly excited about. But I want to give you the... I know you haven't talked for a while, but I got something for you soon. I promise.
No, yeah. I mean, Zelda with Four Swords looks like pretty cool, but is the co-op super important to the fun of it type deal? Well, see, then I don't have friends. So that's
you got 3 friends right here,
then, right?
Yeah,
and Brad already said he's playing.
Yeah, just play with us. Or force your husband to do it.
I'm not good at that. I don't have that kind of wife maneuvering, right? I fixed a toilet last weekend, all right? That's my gig. I don't have that type of power. I'm the one in the dregs down here. But yeah, no, that's a game that I do think was that's pretty cool. Be able to play that on Switch. But yeah, if it's co-op dependent to have a good time, it's logistically, it's just not ideal.
I don't think you can play it solo. I don't know if you can. Do you remember, Gene? I know you can play the GameCube one solo.
You can play it solo.
Okay.
You can play it solo. It is a solo game where you just control 4 links. So
okay. Best played
it's
with
not
friends,
integral, but
it
obviously co-op would be more fun. But you can play it solo.
Oh right. No, it's gonna be like when I tried to play The Division by myself, and I was like, this sucks.
It sucks.
And this is going back to GameFly. Thank you.
I did try to play The Division by myself, and I was like, yeah, this is not the way to play it for sure.
No, it was just fundamentally wrong and not ideal. And I was like, all right, yeah, thank you, GameFly. I'm glad I didn't buy this.
Right? It was cool to walk around in New York City and live that, right? But then once it actually got to the fighting, it's like, okay, I can't. This is not the game.
Exactly. Same with I was super hyped for Rainbow Six Siege, and also Payday the Heist, and it's these are games you should be on the mic for. Playing with randoms, not great. It just wasn't an ideal experience on either of those.
We got 2 other games on Nintendo Switch Online, and technically in a new Nintendo Switch Online app. Apparently it's totally separate because of the ratings. This is the Nintendo 64 Mature 17 and Up edition.
It's a separate app?
I believe it is. That's what I was seeing. I saw someone that's it's available, it's online. And I think that's just in order to comply with their own ratings, where it's this Switch is not set up to download games that are mature, or this profile, or whatever.
Why can't it just block out the game or something? I don't know. Whatever.
That would take work, Brad. You think Nintendo's going to put in that effort? No. So separate app it is. The Mature app, the Mature 17 and Up app for Nintendo 64. It says here on the press release, a new collection of Mature 17 and Up Nintendo 64 games is on the way for Nintendo Switch Online. Brave the Dangerous, Lost Land, and Turok Dinosaur Hunter. and end an alien conspiracy in the Perfect Dark game, developed by Rare, now with online multiplayer as part of the new Nintendo 64, Nintendo Switch Online Mature 17 Plus collection of games. Wow, I love press releases. Both games will be available later today. Which, okay, so this Mature 17 and up for being its own app and stuff. Are there any games with nudity on Nintendo 64? Like, is there going to be like some polygonal, boobs available on this? Maybe.
I don't think so.
Nudity.
I think like the most raunchy game was Conquer, wasn't it?
It probably was.
At least well known.
And like, any of those extreme BMX games or whatever.
Yeah, maybe in Japan they have some risque games. I don't know.
Yeah, we're going to have to get this sorted out. We need some nudity on Nintendo 64.
I mean, there's plenty on the eShop, with all the hentai games,
That's true.
No. I want them polygonal, like Lara Croft, but more extreme, But anyway,
we just kind of skipped that whole era where we just didn't really explore porn in that era of like 3D graphics. We just like it was Hot Coffee mod, and then we just moved on, and then it became Mass Effect, and then everything else.
Yeah, we need something better. But yeah, these games, both Turok and Perfect Dark, coming to Nintendo Switch Online today. Brad, how you feeling about these? I've never played Turok. I have played Perfect Dark before, but it's been a very long time.
Played a lot of Turok growing up. I had to buy a memory card to play Turok. It was, I think, one of the first games I needed for a memory card. And it was an expensive ass game too when it came out. Like $70 or something like that, or maybe more. But I played a lot of that game. Shooting dinosaurs and like weird guys from the future. It's a weird ass game. One of the foggiest N64 games of all time too. You can't see like 5 feet in front of you. Really fun weapons though. Really fun like Ratchet and Clank style weapons early on. And of course Perfect Dark, dude. Awesome FPS. Super great on the N64. Really cool game because you can do co-op also with a friend where someone gets to play as a little alien buddy. I think his name's Elvis actually. But
I totally forgot that it was co-op. That's right.
Yeah.
That's why it was so fucking fun. Holy shit.
It's like the successor to GoldenEye. If you like GoldenEye, you're gonna like Perfect Dark a lot. Really cool game. Especially with the new one coming out around sometime. So you can get caught up.
I remember this. It was before, I mean, I was playing games at this time, but I remember I knew some older guys that played and had like Perfect Dark and GoldenEye, like not really quite LAN parties, because it wasn't like you could LAN your N64 together, but it felt like an early version of Halo parties with 4 people coming around playing an FPS game on a console. But yeah, it sounds fun. Now, Gene, Perfect Dark, Turok, how do you feel about these?
Yeah, Turok, I didn't, as I've explained before, N64 is the only Nintendo system I never owned myself. So I totally missed Turok, but I did play Perfect Dark a ton at my friends' houses and in college when we had an N64 there. My buddy had Perfect Dark. Played the shit out of it, multiplayer. Although the funny thing about the multiplayer is that I didn't really like the maps that much in Perfect Dark, and then all we did was play the GoldenEye maps over and over.
I was gonna say they had like Complex on there and stuff. Yeah,
they have facility. So, or as we called it because we were illiterate in college, faculty.
The faculty.
Yeah, so we were running around faculty, still basically playing GoldenEye, but with like the alien guns that you get. So
yeah,
I'm pretty excited. I'm it looks like that they adopted the modern controls, FPS controls for this one too, just like what they did with GoldenEye. So I'm really actually kind of stoked to check it out and see how it works. And yeah, it's been I don't know, maybe 2 decades or so since I played Perfect Dark, so it would be fun to kind of get a refresher. And yeah, obviously it's coming out on Xbox, and it'll be nice to I don't know, remember why we cared about this IP in the first place.
Yeah,
because I only remember having a good time with it, but I don't remember like, oh, Joanna Dark, and like I totally forgot that it was about aliens until that end of the teaser. I was like, oh yeah, that's right, that Perfect Dark is about aliens.
Cool. Yeah. So those are available now. Micah, it is your time. It is your time to shine with this next one. Very curious about that. I might even play this one. Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Embark on a cozy adventure with Hello Kitty and friends when they hit the game with beloved Sanrio characters comes to Nintendo Switch as a timed console exclusive. Explore and restore a mysterious island while befriending super cute and friendly faces, including Hello Kitty. Is this Kuromi?
Kuromi.
Kuromi.
I think it's
Kuromi.
Kuromi.
Yeah.
My Melody and Cinnamon Roll. And also, I saw a lot of the other ones in there too. No, where the fuck is Daniel? Learn what they love, adventure alongside them, and eventually become best friends. Create your own character and team up with your friends to explore the massive world of Big Adventure Park as you craft, create, and collect to make your ultimate island paradise. Hello Kitty Island Adventure, Nintendo Switch next year, or this isn't in the press release, but available on Apple Arcade right now if you want to play it on your phone, but I'm guessing the Switch version will be better. But yeah, Micah, where is Daniel? Where is Gudetama? I feel like there's a couple guys missing here, but overall, what do you think?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I never really liked Dear Daniel anyways. I don't know. He's kind of a simp. So I'm not really into Dear Daniel. I think Hello Kitty could do better. I was mentioning before the show, I love the Hello Kitty games. I'm a huge Sanrio fan. One of my favorite ones is Hello Kitty Seasons on Wii. Partly because that's what got me into Game Grumps in the first place, was because I was just looking for a review of the game and they were the only people who had a video about it. And then I totally fell down the rabbit hole and I've been watching them ever since.
That's great.
But Hello Kitty games are notorious for having really bad entries as well. The Hello Kitty racing game for Switch is one of the worst things I've ever played. I do own it.
I have
physically.
that. Oh wait, no. I don't have that. I have Garfield Kart.
It is so bad. Like, the funny thing about that game is essentially you have, there's like 10 tracks, but there's really only like 5 tracks. And then you're just playing the reverse of them for the other 5, they're awful. It's not a good game at all unless you really love Hello Kitty. And I do. But they've had some bangers over the years. So I'm really excited for this. Yeah, my favorites. I saw Choco Cat was in there. I saw Pom Pom Purin, who's my all-time favorite. I didn't see Hangyodon, who's another favorite of mine, but I might have missed him. But look, I'm going to hope that they have a big roster in here. Sanrio is famous for underutilizing some of their characters like Piano and My Melody, fan favorites that they just don't throw into things for God knows what reason. So I'm excited about this, like overly excited because it's clearly a children's game, but this is a must buy for me. I don't care how many times they've burned me before with bad games. I'm going to try this one out.
I saw, is it a Gretzko, right? The singing, the office cat that has,
yes, she's
like
a
heavy metal
panda
singer. Yeah, I saw her in there too. But I don't, Gene, is this something you're going to pop into?
Hello Kitty. I tried it on iPhone.
Okay. Did you like it?
Yeah. It's good. It's an Animal Crossing game, but they decided to take the South Park joke and make it real. Because the South Park joke literally, Cartman was literally saying, "I want to play Hello Kitty Island Adventure," and then they just made it.
Nice.
And it's good. It's a solid Animal Crossing like. So if you're really really tired of Animal Crossing, and you want familiar characters, the Sanrio characters, it's Hello Kitty Island Adventure. It's pretty rad. I haven't finished it, but. I'm just, I just finished Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, and that one has a fucking Animal Crossing game in it. So I'm just done with like Animal Crossing likes for now. But definitely check it out because it's a solid Animal Crossing like.
Brad, any interest?
Does it have Keroppi in it?
It does.
Cool. Keroppi, I liked Keroppi.
It's got all your favorite characters. So I mean, that's the draw.
Does it have Peckle? I don't know who this guy Peckle is, but I like him.
Probably
he's a little
Peckle,
duck.
the little duck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Peckle's got to be there. Bad Bats Maru is there, the angry penguin.
I fucking hate Bats Maru. He's my least favorite. Him and Kuromi can shove it.
I love him.
Oh yeah,
I hate him so much.
Maru. Yeah.
Yo, Tuxedo Sam. That guy looks cool too.
Yeah, he's very cool.
Yeah, he has over 300 bow ties because he wears a different one every day.
Damn, yeah. Yo, are you into Dear Daniel, Dustin?
No. Oh,
I don't know much about him. I just think he's cool.
You're not.
He's like a cool little. He's like a boy Hello Kitty. I think he's cool. I don't know.
Okay.
He's not cool, all right? He's not cool.
Why isn't he? Why can't he be cool?
It weirds me out that they're married, but they're only third graders, and also they're not cats. Like, the whole thing with Hello Kitty is that Hello Kitty's not a cat. She's a little girl. They're British. They're little girls pretending to be cats. Her and her sister her twin sister. They own a cat. I don't know if people don't realize that Hello Kitty owns a cat named Charmy Kitty. All right, they're not cats. They're children.
What?
And then it's like, then they got married. And I'm like, well, you can't marry third graders. And it weirded me out. And I didn't like the whole Dear Daniel
Third graders
story
can
arc,
marry
the whole
third graders.
thing.
That's okay. You know. I don't think that's a slippery slope argument here.
No, the lore behind Hello Kitty, Brad, is that her name is Kitty White, and they're British. I think they live in London, and her and her sister Mimi are not cats; they are children, is what they say. And they own a cat, and it's much like the Mickey Mouse thing of like owning a dog. Of like their cat looks like a regular cat, while they're like weirdly shaped cats.
Okay.
So the some people believe that they're just two kids playing pretend. So they're just playing pretend, and they're actually children. It weirds me out. I try not to think about it.
It sounds like there's some missing lore elements. That not everything is concrete 100%. It's up to interpretation. It sounds like in some way. I did not expect that from Hello Kitty.
It's a little bit like the Souls game, you know.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. This is my Dark Souls.
It's like looking at Mesmer and it's like, what does Mesmer the Impaler represent? You know, same thing.
Cool. I'm glad you're hyped for it, Micah. That's sick.
Well, if I'm not allowed to pick Daniel, I'm gonna go with
Daniel.
My Melody. She's cool.
That's a good choice.
She's my
My Melody is
choice.
excellent.
I also do like. I always knew him as Pudding Chan, but he's just purring, pom pom purring.
Right.
Oh yeah, put in the cat. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, is that
he's a
what
golden
that's
retriever.
from? It's from him.
Yeah.
Put it. Yeah, I love that thing.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Sanrio is the best. You know.
Yeah, I had a sick like eraser thing from them a long time ago. It's cool.
Yeah, I love Sanrio.
It was a Karopi one.
Yeah, I wish they made more games.
Yeah, shout out Karopi.
Yeah, when I think about it, I was like, yeah, I would love a fucking Karopi game, like a full
tactics game, dude.
Karopi tactics.
Dear Daniel Tower Defense, you know.
That's what's frustrating is Japan gets tons of Sanrio games. I'm also a big Sumiko Garashi fan, which is another Sanrio company, along with like Rilakuma, the bear, and they release various games over the years that do not come here. Like there's a Pom Pom Purin game on 3DS that we never got in the West, and I was like really bummed about it because for that it's region locked and you have to have the Japanese 3DS and all that to be able to play it. And so like they have all these games between those, you know, various companies they own. And it's like, why aren't we getting these? I'd play the shit out of these. Like, so I'm always disappointed when we don't get some of the Sanrio titles. So that's part of why I was so excited for this one is like, well, at least we're not missing out on it.
Moving along here, Brad, this one's for you. Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong are back for some ground-pounding action in this HD version of Donkey Kong Country Returns. Originally released on the Wii system, the villainous Tiki Tak Tribe has stolen Donkey Kong's precious banana hoard. And the Kongs are barreling after them in pursuit. Play solo or with a buddy in local 2-player co-op in an adventure brimming with hijinks where you can stomp obstacles, send minecarts flying, fly high on rocket barrels, and even hitch a ride on Rambi the Rhino. Experience 80 appealing level. Don't put the puns in the press release. Experience 80 appealing levels, including the additional ones on the Nintendo 3DS version, coming out January 16th, 2025. So not this year, but next year. Brad, I know you're a big fan of Tropical Freeze. How does this suit you?
Very pleased right now. I love the Donkey Kong Country games big time. And this was a nice return to Donkey Kong Country. 3, I think, is the worst Donkey Kong Country. So Retro did a really good job with this. It's the ones who made your beloved Metroid Prime, Dustin.
Oh.
Their first Donkey Kong game. And obviously Tropical Freeze is a better game, but this game has been stranded on the Wii or a 3DS. I never played the 3DS version. And it has new content. I cannot wait, Dustin. Anytime I get a good Donkey Kong thing, I'm very happy. Not Seth Rogen being Donkey Kong. Real Donkey Kong. That's what I'm talking about. So shout out.
I think I would have been more okay with Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong, but they made him do the laugh. They're like, oh, the parents
he's just
will
Seth
love
Rogen. He's literally just Seth Rogen in it.
Yeah. Not okay. Gene?
Yeah, it's like the same fucking thing.
Gene, how are you
feeling? I wonder how
about
Chris Reagan does really good impressions. I wonder if he does a good Seth Rogen.
Probably.
Yeah.
Gene, are you excited about this?
Yes, kind of. I was a little. I mean, I'm a little surprised that is Donkey Kong Country Returns. It's just that one. But yeah, it's fine. I just never really thought I needed it. So
What?
Yeah.
I like Donkey Kong Country a lot, but I feel like I've had enough Donkey Kong Country like in my life, including Tropical Freeze, which is great. And like I felt like I was like, oh man, I can't wait for the next one. Like I'm not there yet, but.
Gene, we get a Donkey Kong Country game like once every 15 years, man.
I know. I'm
just
still
be
like
happy and
I
excited.
think that's okay, But I was surprised. I was really pleasantly surprised that it's Donkey Kong Country Returns and they're keeping the IP alive. I like that.
All right,
It's
you
cool.
said pleasantly this time, so that's better. It's a
Yes,
little more
I am.
enthusiasm,
I am
Gene.
pleasant. I am very pleasantly
right.
surprised. It's nice to see Donkey Kong still being Donkey Kong. Like I'm very
Okay.
very happy that the IP is active. That they haven't given up on Donkey Kong. Love Donkey Kong in general. It's just I'm just not in Donkey Kong mood right now. So
I told Brad on the stream that I can see and appreciate that Tropical Freeze is very good. There's a skill issue though with me.
it's
a
a
hard
skill
game.
issue.
It's fucking
hard.
hard.
Yeah, it's hard.
game.
I don't have fun with it when I
Pop
play it, so that's why. So that's why lingering memories of Tropical Freeze because I know it's good. It's like Sekiro, right?
Mhm.
Whereas like I know Sekiro was fucking amazing, a brilliant, genius game. I fucking hate that game, because it was so hard. Tropical Freeze, awesome 2D platformer, probably better than most Mario games. So hard, I'm over it too.
Well, they
so
got,
that's why it's like I saw. So that's why if fucking FromSoft decided to announce Sekiro 2, I would also still be kind of feeling the same. It's like, oh, cool, yeah, all right. I'm glad Sekiro's still alive.
They got a Funky Kong mode for you guys now, though. Tropical Freeze.
They did.
The baby mode.
It was for
Yeah,
us.
you can use that.
It was a huge help, actually.
Yeah.
Micah, do you care about this Kong man, this fellow?
I mean, I'm afraid of upsetting Brad. No. Dustin, I'm glad you said it first, though. Tropical Freeze, that game was so difficult. That game was not for me at all. I also find the big band music distracting. I don't like it. I do enjoy. See, I like the Donkey Kong family characters in other things like Mario Kart, for example, playing like Cranky Kong, Funky Kong, whatever, whatever random ones they throw in to the various iterations of Mario Kart over the years. But no, this is not for me. I remember I saw this and was like, fast forward, because I didn't watch the direct live. I woke up later and watched it at my leisure. And I was just like, oh, hey, this is back. Okay. No, it's not for me. I'm sorry, Brad.
Damn. I'll keep that flame burning for our community. Fear not.
Good.
The Kongs shall never fade.
The Kongs will rise.
Yo, how sick was that story description they gave of the game, too? They stole his bananas and Donkey Kong's pissed. That's it. I love that every time. That's all you got to do for Donkey Kong. It's so good.
That's all you need. Moving on here, a game we knew about, but we were waiting to see desperately. Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake. Experience the chronological beginning of the Erdrick trilogy storyline in this remake of the original RPG classic, now with vibrant HD 2D visuals and an expanded narrative. Set out on an epic fantasy adventure as the hero to save the world from dark forces of the archfiend Baramos. Travel through a vast world full of towns, dungeons, and caves to explore, meet a cast of lively characters, and fight ferocious monsters in modernized turn-based battles. So, Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake is coming out November 14th. This is a multi-plat game, so you can get it on PlayStation or PC, and Xbox too. Yeah,
it's on
this is
Xbox.
Square is back on the Xbox train, so you can get it there. Also, bonus announcement at the end of this trailer was that they are also remaking Dragon Quest 1 and 2. And these will come out next year, also in the HD 2D remake style. Micah, I saw this and I thought, this is your time. This is Micah loves the HD 2D, and I just immediately thought this is one you're going to play.
Oh, absolutely. This is a must purchase for me. And especially, I'm glad that they're releasing them as that adorable little old man. How cute was he? I put that in the notes I was taking. I put that was the cutest little old
Yuji
man.
Horii?
He was so cute. He held the little slime and he was just so pleased to be there. Like, he was adorable.
I'm so glad you mentioned that because it was so nice to see him. I'm really, really glad that they included him. So he is a creator of Dragon Quest and now alone because Akira Toriyama is dead. So
Yeah, and he just looked so, I don't know, he looked so pleased as punch to be part of the announcement, like genuinely happy to be there. But this is something
right.
I'm super excited for. And as he mentioned, that they're putting these in the chronological order. So much like your Star Wars watch guides, it's like, hey, play 3, 1, 2. And I'm like, sold. I'll do that. Easy peasy. No, this is perfect for me to get into Dragon Quest for the first time. So I am very excited about this. And I think it looks awesome too. Like I do love the style of these games. I think it looks fantastic. This is one that I have been eagerly waiting to see more about. So no, this is a day one get for me.
Brad, how you feeling?
Oh, I love Dragon Quest. I've been waiting for this for a while. I've never finished any of these Dragon Quest games either, so I'm very excited to actually go through them again and finish them. So hell yeah, I'm very excited for this. Really happy to see it's on other stuff too. Like, I thought it was gonna be Switch only, but I'm happy to see it's multi-platform. So hell yeah, Dragon Quest, keep coming. Especially I feel like we get more Dragon Quest spin-offs than mainline games, so it is nice to get a mainline one after a while, especially when we're waiting for 12 for 20 more years.
Right. Gina, I wanted to ask you about, I know that Dragon Quest games come in trilogies, and they call this the Erdrick trilogy. What's that all about?
It's about the hero Erdrick, or the hero named Erdrick, and his descendants. So Dragon Quest 3 tells the story of Erdrick, and that was a big deal. It was like the first real example of a prequel in a video game. Before Phantom Menace even. So this was really a high profile example of a prequel in popular culture, honestly. So that's why it's awesome that they're releasing in 3, 2, 1. And Dragon Quest 3 it was seminal. Colin would back this up, but Dragon Quest 3 is up there with Final Fantasy 4 as one of the milestone games of like what an RPG could be. The kind of story it could tell and the kind of depth that it can have in the gameplay mechanics. And I think mostly the story too. Dragon Quest 3 was such a huge step up. So I'm super excited for this. I actually just beat Dragon Quest 1 and 2 in the last few months. And I was going to start 3, but I was really waiting for more information on the 2D remake. So this is perfect. I can't wait to go back into 3 and revisit it, because I haven't played that shit in like the fucking 30 years. So I don't remember anything, So I'm really, really excited. I didn't remember anything from Dragon Quest 1 and 2 either. I was just like, what the hell,
Yes, that's available November 14th for 3, and then 1 and 2 will come sometime next year. Next one is Mario and Luigi Brothership. Kind of a big surprise. This is what they started the show with. It says, all aboard for an island-hopping RPG adventure starring Mario and Luigi. The brothers are back for a brand new entry in the Mario and Luigi series, where they set sail on Shipshape Island, part ship, part island, to navigate the vast world of Concordia. Play as the mustachioed pair and explore islands that range from tropical rainforests to bustling cities. Along the way, meet new friends to help you on your journey and encounter familiar faces from the Mushroom Kingdom like Peach and Bowser. Keep the Brothership afloat and rely on Mario and Luigi's bond to save the day by employing bros moves to get past obstacles and powerful bros attacks to claim victory in a dynamic twist on turn-based combat. This comes out November 7th. So Nintendo's given us the three-peat here with Super Mario RPG, Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, and now another new Mario RPG game. Well, I guess this one, truly a new Mario RPG game in this Mario and Luigi Brothership. Pretty interesting, pretty surprising. Wasn't sure when we were watching the trailer if this was going to be a remake of one of the older games or a brand new one, but this is indeed a brand new one. And I'll go to you first, Micah, again, just because you're coming off of Thousand Year Door and Super Mario RPG. One you really liked, one you weren't so sure about. How did this trailer strike you?
Oh, this looks like a ton of fun. This is another one that's going to be a day one get for me. And this is going to be fun because I will be like experience it alongside everyone else versus playing Super Mario RPG for the first time and Thousand Year Door. I'm many years late trying these for the first time with the remakes, and everyone else, already had experiences with these games. And so this will be one that I can like get in with everybody else on. And it does just look like a ton of fun. I liked the way that they sort of had these like chain attack moves, like Mario kind of swings back his hammer, Luigi then hits Mario's hammer into the enemy, like stuff like that looked really cool. I'm excited for this, definitely. And I'm feeling these type of games that they're coming out with. I mean, yeah, like you said, some of these were remakes, but I'm hoping they took my feedback about too much dialogue in Thousand Year Door. I'm hoping they took that to heart, Maybe they delay this a bit to make sure they get those fixes in place. But this looks awesome. I'm definitely excited for this one.
Gene, I don't know what your history is with Mario and Luigi, but in the direct itself, they said it's been 9 years, because I think the last one was Bowser's Inside Story on 3DS.
Oh, wow.
I think that's the last one. I'm not totally positive, but
I think you're right, yeah.
Gene, what do you think about this?
Yeah, I don't have a huge history with Mario and Luigi, but what I think about it is, wow, this is the golden era or the new age for Mario RPG fans. With Super Mario RPG out, Paper Mario getting all these games. They just had a new game a couple years ago, and Thousand Year Door re-release. Micah's not a fan, and Dustin aren't a fan. I get that too, but obviously a lot of people are really happy about that. And then, yeah, we just get a new... I couldn't believe they were opening with this. I was like, wow, is that a remake? No, it's just a new game, And that was the theme of this direct, where like a lot of people went into this being like, oh, well, this is Switch year 7, year 8. So they're just going to bring out the remakes and remasters. So just kind of push it through and close out the year. No, they just came out with this direct with a shit ton of new games in IP that have needed it badly, So yeah, pretty exciting to see Mario and Luigi coming back. I mean, I'll check it out for sure. This will be my first real Mario and Luigi game,
Brad, when we were watching the direct, we both agreed this looks cool, looks good, maybe a little budget in some ways. How are you feeling about it?
I'm excited. I've never played a Mario and Luigi game ever. I like RPGs a lot, so I'm in, and I really like the idea of Mario and Luigi like synergizing together with attacks. I think that's really cool. Rarely do we get Mario and Luigi together like on an adventure, so I'm really excited for this. I hope it's good because I know people love this series. But yeah. At the same time, Dustin, we're like, yeah, a little budgy, but I'm like, I can't tell a lot of times now because it's just Switch. I'm like, oh, is this just Switch? It's
is
just
it low budget,
old,
or is it just Switch?
Yeah, it's just older. So I just don't know all the time, but I'm super down. But this year is insane for RPGs already, so they just keep adding them on.
Yeah.
Isn't this like right around Dragon Quest?
November 7th.
A week before Dragon Quest?
Yep.
Good God. I'm going to have to skip this one right day one then. I'll have to come back later.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because I'm doing Dragon Quest. But it looks good. Looks really fun.
I wonder with a few of these games with Switch 2, if they're like, we saw in Paper Mario that the 4K ability may be in there to be switched on. This one, maybe if you wait, maybe you can play it on Switch 2 in a better quality. But
yeah,
that's not that. And I want to be clear, we're not saying it looks like shit. We were just saying that it looks some aspects of it looked a little but it looks great. Looks fun.
Yeah, it doesn't look like the highest.
That's why I thought it was a remake or whatever, or remaster, because it looked like a DS game,
Yeah.
So you guys aren't wrong. It does look kind of like a DS game.
Yeah.
So.
No, but then line it up against the Hobbit game, and she looks like the Belle of the Ball. Like that game suddenly looks so much better.
Yeah, I didn't even include that in this write-up just because.
You shouldn't have. But I'm going to mention it because I am mildly excited for it, but I will not be deceived. All right, after the Gollum debacle, I'm there's no way I'm buying this game until I see IGN give it at least a 4. All right, anything lower than that, I'm not playing it.
Okay, fair enough.
A 4? That's pretty.
My standards are low for Lord of the Rings content. Cool. I just want it.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Moving on to FANTASIAN Neo Dimension, the father of the Final Fantasy series. I want to make sure I get this right. Wait, hold on. I can read it out. Hironobu Sakaguchi, right? Okay.
Yes.
And the renowned
It
composer.
was so painful to hear you guys in Sacred just fucking butcher Yasuke and Naoe's names.
Oh my god,
as
gee,
Street
I
Shadow.
was downstairs. I kept hearing Colin saying Yasuki, and I'm like,
Yasuki, I was like, oh
I'm
my
like,
god,
watch-
Colin, you've been playing Japanese games for 40 years.
watch
Why
one
can't you
episode of
why can't you
Naruto.
pronounce that shit? You know?
That's how I knew it too, Micah. It was from Naruto.
I don't even remember this.
Anyways, sorry.
Oh, there
You
you go.
blacked out during it. It's all right.
And renowned composer Nobuo Uematsu returned to deliver an original RPG story. Experience an enhanced version of Fantasian with brand new features including English and Japanese voiceovers and an additional difficulty option. Assume the role of Leo as he journeys to recover his memories and solve the mystery of a strange mechanical infestation destroying his world. Experience turn-based battles with a wealth of mechanics and strategic combat, including the ability to adjust a skill's trajectory to target multiple foes at once, or send enemies to separate dimensions to fight later, and explore a multi-dimensional universe set against the backdrop of over 150 charming, handcrafted dioramas. Fantasian launches on Nintendo Switch this winter. Gene, the father of Final Fantasy, he was back with Fantasian, but it was cursed. It was stuck on iPhone, but now it's been set free. Tell me more about this, because I'm assuming you played some of the iPhone version.
I did play a little bit of it. I didn't finish it. It's a good game. It's a Sakaguchi game. If you're a fan of Lost Odyssey, if you're a fan of Sakaguchi games, play this. It's very ethereal. Talks a lot about spirituality, interesting characters, and great art style. And the music is great, of course. It's Uematsu's last real full soundtrack. He's not going to make any more games. This is his last full work. You know, he's done.
Yeah.
So people who are huge Final Fantasy heads, this could be Sakaguchi's last work too. You know, because he's getting older too. So
Maybe.
Yeah.
He's kind of cozying up with Square.
He has been cozying up with Square a lot too. So he's been. I feel like the fire is coming back a little bit,
Yeah.
but at the same time, though,
Square's putting this out. I think
they are.
Yeah.
They partner with him.
So that's good.
Square Enix did break it out of Apple Arcade jail. It is interesting to see. This is the second Apple Arcade game that's broken out of jail. Hello Kitty Island Adventure. It does make me think this is not an Apple Arcade podcast. I wonder if there are any. But
I'm sure there are.
yeah, I'm sure there are. But you know, it does make me wonder again. Other platforms of other big companies needing to come to Nintendo Switch. You know. Xbox, oh, we need to release our game on Switch. Sony, oh, Lego Horizons, well, we can expand our audience there. Apple Arcade, fuck, it's not working out there. Well, let's put it on the Switch. You know, everyone is coming to the Switch. Everyone is here, as Sakurai said.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
As you mentioned, Gene, Nintendo Switch, PS5, and PS4, Xbox Series X and S. Steam also listed for this if you're wanting to play it somewhere else. Brad, I know you're quite a big. You are quite excited about this as well. A good deal. So
yeah, I've been waiting for this game for a long time.
Yeah.
I didn't want to play it on Apple Arcade. Nah, no thanks. Oh wait, and this got leaked a long time ago, like coming to Steam at least. So it was only a matter of time I was aware. But finally getting confirmation that's coming out this winter is very exciting for me. Of course, I love Sakaguchi, the Gooch himself, the father of Final Fantasy. So I'm very excited to play this game because I love RPGs, and it's going to be like old Final Fantasy vibes again with Uematsu and everything like that. It's going to be great.
Also, the backgrounds of this game aren't CG. They are real life dioramas that they photographed. So the game looks absolutely gorgeous, and it tries to mimic that old school, photorealistic background, like in Resident Evil 1 or like even the original Final Fantasy games.
Oh, like
but
pre-rendered stuff?
Yeah, my brain totally blank. Pre-rendered backgrounds, right? But they're trying to recapture that magic with like real life dioramas. So they built these entire set pieces in a room like the fucking Halo 3 diorama, and they just photographed that in and put that in the game, and that's where you're navigating. So absolutely gorgeous, stunning game.
Yeah, I'm excited just to see all the dioramas that you go through the game. That's like one big part I'm really excited about the game.
Yeah.
So hell yeah.
Micah, you actually caught me because I was putting together all these and I was trying to like loosely order them into less exciting, more exciting. Not completely. Brad already called me. Brad? It's not a direct list, but
we got it sorted.
Micah, you mentioned this and I realized I accidentally did not include this. So you're excited about this as well.
Definitely. That combat looks awesome. I really like the idea of, that how you kind of arc your different skills to try and hit more enemies at once, or sort of delaying fighting certain enemies and clumping them all together, which was a cool thing about like Star Ocean Second Story R that I really liked was like the more enemies you fight in a row, the more XP you get. I love stuff like that. So the idea of this game being able to clump a bunch of enemies together for one big battle versus a ton of small ones, I like that a lot. This is a game that's totally new to me that I had not heard of. So I'm super stoked about this. This is one of those ones I'm watching this announcement like, whoa, what is that? Immediately had my attention. Definitely gonna get this for sure.
Awesome. Yeah, Holly played some of this on Apple Arcade, and her review this morning was, I did not finish it because I hated playing it on my phone. But she enjoyed it. So when I told her,
it's a great game. You just don't want to play on your phone.
Yeah.
Just like Brad says, like I don't want to start a save file on my phone. That's how it was too. I was like, I don't want to continue this because this is a great game, and I don't want to finish this game on the phone. No.
Well, and that's definitely why I missed it, because I really don't pay attention to mobile games. My idea of mobile games is things to play in a doctor's office waiting room, which is things like Fruit Pop, Bejeweled. Like, it cut the rope. Oh my God, fucking cut the rope, man. All right. But those are my type of mobile games that I have on my phone for dire circumstances, and I still hardly ever play games on my phone. So it's like, it's just not for me at all. I am not paying attention to mobile releases. So this is something I had never heard of. And now I'm like, oh, hell yeah. I'll play that for sure.
Next up is Super Mario Party Jamboree. Mario and friends are arriving at an enormous island resort for the latest entry in the Mario Party series. Explore 5 new game boards, ride the escalators in Rainbow Galleria, stay on track in Rock'em Raceway, and mix things up with an active volcano in Goomba Lagoon, just to name a few. 2 boards from previous Mario Party games are making a return too. In addition, over 110 mini games are available to play, the largest selection in the Mario Party series to date. Experience action-packed challenges, puzzles to test your wits, and some mini games that feature motion controls. That's not all. I thought this was really cool. Up to 20 players can go head-to-head in online play in the Koopathon. Wait, how do you say this exactly? Koopathon mode. Koopathlon. That's, I knew it was in there and I couldn't quite get it. Koopathlon mode. Try your best to come out on top. The biggest Mario Party yet will soon be underway when Mario Party Jamboree launches on Nintendo Switch October 17th. Micah, is this one that you can convince Colin, maybe get, the nieces, the nephews over? I think you could become the cool aunt with this.
Potentially. I do love Mario Party, and when I saw the like Galleria stage, built like a mall, I mean, first of all, who doesn't have fond memories of the mall in our age group? And especially because I had this board game when I was a kid. It was at my grandma's house. I think it was called It's Only Money. I can't remember. But it was the game board was a mall, and you went around and bought stuff at the mall. And I loved this game. It was very typical 90s girl game, right? So seeing this stage and Peach going around the mall, like, that's just adorable. But yeah, it's am I going to get Colin to play this with me? Probably not. All right. Can I entice the children, come over, have some circus peanuts and play around with me? Perhaps. Perchance. I don't know if they're into Mario Party, though, honestly. The kids, it's funny because the nieces and nephews, they're getting older. I still adore these type of games. But, like even our youngest nephew is he's really into VR these days. And, he's into like more and more challenging games. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to get you kids into this or not. But this might be one that I pick up. I'll probably ask the kids first, though, if they'd want to try it before I buy this and commit to just playing it alone like a weirdo.
You're like, hey, kids, come on over and swim in the pool. Have some hot dogs, circus peanuts, and Mario Party.
Yeah, you know what? I'll make those glazed barbecue hot dogs that you kids
Oh,
like. I got
glazed
a bag of
glizzies.
circus peanuts over here. Dude, you gotta try that recipe, man. It's so easy too. It was so easy. Like, you gotta try that one out.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to a glazed glizzy. Nothing wrong with
It
that.
was so good.
Brad, is this one maybe a stream? This could be a good multiplayer stream. We could get a bunch
Yes.
of us involved in.
Hopefully, it's not shitty. You know, Mario Party. I don't know. I never know what to feel like with Mario Party nowadays. If they're gonna be good or not. We've had the Switch. One on the Switch was really good, or one of them was really good. I did like the boards a lot. I thought the mall one was cool. Obviously, the car one was awesome, like the Toads and like F1 cars driving around. I love all the shenanigans on the maps too, so that's gonna be sick. What is it? The Koopaathlon seems interesting.
That's it.
I'm into that. If it scores a 7, I'm in. I'll buy it. I'm down. But yeah, this will be a fun game with us if we play online and stuff. It'd be really fun.
Oh yeah, we could do a stream with this. Actually, I'd be down with that. Yeah.
Well, Gene, Brad brings up a point in that the Super Mario Party was the first Mario Party game on Switch. A lot of people
Everyone
saying
hated that one.
not very good. It wasn't
Everyone
until
hated that one. People really like Super Mario Party Superstars.
Yeah.
That's the one that recollects the old boards and had some new ones, and it was just much better. Apparently, I don't play these games, but I mean, I played them back in college when I had a girlfriend. The last time I had a girlfriend, and like her family and everything. But outside of that, I haven't played Mario Party at all. That said, they just released they just dropped another game that's going to be selling more than 10 million copies. So regardless of our perspective or my perspective on this, Nintendo is just about to release another game that's going to blow first party sales out of the water. You know, everyone's going to fucking buy this game. You know,
guys, we have
I know.
even me, and I'm not going to play it. You know, I have Mario Party Superstars. I haven't played it at all. You know.
Oh man, I've played a lot of Superstars. I played Super Mario Party once, and it was bad. So that's why we always default to Superstars. But I'm open.
Yeah, but Super Mario Party is the one that sold like a bajillion.
I know that's the sad part.
Yeah,
is that the bad ones sold way more. But
yeah,
it is what it is.
Nintendo fans.
Nintendo
They'll take
fans,
anything.
man. We have 2 more announcements. I saved the 2 big ones for the end. Metroid Prime 4 finally has arisen. We've got a subtitle in Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Here's what Nintendo says about it. The galaxy's greatest bounty hunter, Samus or Samus Aran, will embark on a new mission, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. A new entry in the Metroid Prime series is coming to Nintendo Switch in 2025. So you get a lot more out of watching the trailer than reading this press release, because they really have nothing to say other than it's new and it's coming in 2025. So, Brad, let's start with you here. This has been so long in the making. We've been waiting. This game clearly in some kind of development hell, but now finally
it got restarted.
Yeah, totally restarted. And they said, hey, please wait a little longer. They said, please wait a little longer, like 4 years ago or something like that. It's been...
Yeah, I think this game was announced 7 years ago, I think.
Wow. Yeah.
It's been a long ass time. I'm very excited for this. I like Metroid Prime games a lot. I love Metroid in general a lot. So I was happy to see all we've seen in this game was a logo for like 7 years. So to actually see the game in action looked really good. A lot of chaos going on. Looked like space pirates fighting with the Federation. You don't see like usually chaos, that much kind of chaos, like bodies on a screen. I noticed that right away. There's like 10 people on the screen in a Metroid game, and I was very surprised. Usually you see like 3 or 4 max. So I'm very excited. Obviously, we didn't see a whole lot from the game, but we just saw kind of Samus moving around. Looks good. I'm super down. I hope it's on Switch 2 also or whatever at this point, because it's going to be late. But it is good to see Metroid back and not Vaporware. Thank God.
That is a big part of the conversation. A lot of people theorize, or I saw online on Twitter that people are like, yeah, the reason they didn't say the date, they might know the date, but it's the day that the Switch 2 comes out. And it's going to be available on regular
March
Switch.
9, 2025. Like, that's oddly specific, Nintendo. What do you, what's that Brad face that Brad does? Like,
Yeah.
Oh, are you sure about that? Yeah.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
I
That
wonder
was my
even.
Dustin impression.
Yeah. How dare you? By the way, dude, every show, people are talking shit. They're mocking me, making faces at me. Brad.
Colin brought it up, man. He's like, "You're making faces
I
like
know.
Dustin," and I was like, "This is the face Dustin does."
No,
Yeah.
that's a good thing, Dustin. I didn't think that was talking shit at all. I thought that was a compliment. Because I was like, yeah, it's the Dustin face. Because it was a couple of weeks ago on Punching Up where you were like, "Are you gonna play Kingdom Hearts?" And you got like real close to the camera. Like I could not stop laughing.
That's the Dustin
like,
face, dude. It's
Yeah,
so
that's
good.
exactly.
I love it.
No, exactly. No, we
need
it.
need that
Dustin.
on Discord also.
If we were to podcast more like Colin, then we would just, blank, no, maybe slightly angry looking face.
Yeah.
At all times. Just completely blank. I can understand why he might be mad at some mild expressions based on his
he's sensitive.
He's sensitive.
He's sensitive.
He's sensitive to other emotions besides grumpy and
Maybe we should all get Botox so that our faces don't move too much, and then we won't bother anybody with our expressions. True. We'll all just be much more neutral and kind of placid.
Right. We should have a Botox party. Have you had? You guys ever been to one of those?
No.
No.
You just invite a Botox doctor, and then everyone
just sits around, drinks wine, and gets Botox done.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
Placid.
Yeah, they're a little too loose about that. You're injecting that shit in your face. You're a little too casual about that.
Yeah, I mean, I was there at the party, but I was like, I'm not participating in this.
It's like turning down a drink. Do you want a drink? You're like, no, I'm good. But it's
I was just there for the drinks and the
want
food.
A quick injection? Nah, I'm fine.
Actually, though, hear me out. What if do you guys have like that problematic butt cheek that always goes numb when you're sitting too long? Like, what if you're like,
I have it right now.
No. Why don't you jab that butt cheek and numb that guy up? And then you're part of the party. You don't have to feel peer pressured, but you did get the Botox, but just in a way nobody would ever know.
That's great, Micah. I wish I had you with me at the Botox party to suggest that, and then I'll just go do that.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with this. Let's see. So, Brad, you talked about Metroid Prime. Gene, let's go to you now. Finally, Metroid Prime. Got a look. What do you think?
Yeah, love it, but barely saw anything. So I guess this is basically like us fans like happy for the scraps that we got. But yeah, as Brad mentioned, as y'all mentioned, it is funny that they didn't mention the specific release date. Looks good. 60 FPS. Right, from what we can tell. So at the very least, if this is a Switch 1 game, they definitely prioritize 60 FPS, which does go to show that the textures are very smooth and very clean. I did see Alex Battaglia of Digital Foundry notice some interesting reflections. He's like, that's interesting that those reflections will be there, and they might not be there on a system like the Switch 1. So he was kind of like really like eyeballing things and wondering like what was going on there, but we didn't see too much though. It was a little her ship looks fucking cool.
Yeah,
yeah, that's a cool looking spaceship. I hope we get to fly it around like Star Wars Outlaw style. That would be dope.
You won't. We know we won't.
Yeah, we're gonna land on one big ass planet and find a way about that. And Dustin will complain about the backtracking. To be fair, I would complain about the backtracking too if there's a lot of it there too. So. Really excited about it, but I wish we saw more, but it's not dead, it's not vaporware, and obviously a huge part of why this direct was such a winner.
I like this guy that has the Metroids as little henchman buddies floating around him.
The zipper face guy.
Yeah,
apparently he's a bad guy from Metroid Prime Hunters.
Oh,
yeah. So not many people are gonna know that. I didn't. Yeah, I didn't know that because I didn't play that shit.
Yeah, his name is Silux, and he is the major antagonist in Metroid Prime Hunters and Metroid Prime
Federation Force. The spinoffs no one gave a fuck about.
Yeah, and it just that's him. He's just Silux. Yeah, what the fuck? That's crazy. But he is a bounty hunter. Holy shit! The wiki already updated with his photo for Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Yeah, that's him. That's crazy. But he is a bounty hunter, so this is like I guess this is like a Dante versus Virgil story for Metroid Prime, which would be cool. That'd be awesome. Yeah. Bounty hunter versus bounty hunter boss fight. That'd be so sick.
Yeah, Gene, you mentioned about the interesting looking reflections. I expect there's going to be a headline that's like, is this the first look at Switch 2 gameplay?
Dude, 100%.
In fact, Digital
1000%.
Foundry might make that video. And listen, I'm not making fun of it. I will fucking watch that video because I watch pretty much everything they make. But
I do watch everything they make. Yeah, they make great content.
Micah, any thoughts on Metroid Prime 4? I mean, this is different than normal. I'm trying to remember if you played Metroid Prime Remastered when it came out.
No, I've never played a Metroid game. And it's interesting that you guys kind of mentioned they didn't show a lot, because as someone who isn't a fan of the series, it's not like this trailer is like, this looks pretty cool, I might check this out, but it's not getting me very excited for it because it doesn't show much. She shoots a couple guys, she rolls into a ball. I'm like, that's it. So as someone who isn't a fan and is potentially getting into the series, this trailer doesn't do a lot for me, but it does look pretty cool. Like I was watching it like, all right, yeah, I see what you're doing, but it would have been nice to see more. You know, that's where they kind of lose me as a newcomer to the series of they didn't show me anything super exciting. If you have been waiting just for a drop of news about this, yeah, you're going to be hyped about seeing just anything about it. But for someone who is like a little bit skeptical about getting into it, this one is a big win for them, in my opinion, on that front. Like, this is definitely for the people who have just been itching to see anything about this game.
Yeah, I think it looks cool. I'm excited to see more. I hope that they release Metroid Prime 2 and 3 remasters so I can play those as well.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, hopefully.
That'd be nice.
Since those were rumored at one point, but apparently not available quite yet.
Nintendo remaster rumors never end.
Never end. We're still waiting on not a remaster, but still waiting on that Star Fox Racing game.
Star Fox Racing.
Oh yeah.
F-Zero GX, the Zelda, the Zelda re-releases, and Metroid Prime 2 and 3 are still. So we thought that Nintendo was going to just backfill all that shit with that, and they're like, no, we just have new games.
Yeah,
so, check this out.
Speaking of new games, we got one last big new game here with The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. It's up to Zelda and her wisdom to save the Kingdom of Hyrule in a brand new story in the Legend of Zelda series. The people of Hyrule are being stolen away by strange rifts that have appeared, with a certain swordsman among them missing. Oh my gosh, are they talking about Link? Wow. Team up with the mysterious fairy Tri and use the power of the Tri-Rod to create echoes, imitations of things found in the environment. Then recreate those echoes wherever you like to solve puzzles and defeat enemies. Use echoes of water blocks to reach new heights, make bridges out of old beds, throw rocks at foes, or find your own creative combination of echoes to do things your way. You can even create echoes of monsters to fight at your side in combat. Join Zelda in her quest to rescue Hyrule with Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. Nintendo Switch, September 26th, real soon. And also, real quick, they are releasing a gold-colored Nintendo Switch Lite, also on September 26th, if you would like to get that as well. So yeah, a new 2D top-down style Zelda game in the style of the last one they did, which was
Link's Awakening.
Link's Awakening,
yeah.
Same style, almost looks like a
glad
sequel.
they didn't ditch that aesthetic. They're like, no, we should just keep making more games that look like this.
Right. Yeah. So no, Gene, take it away here. What do you think about this? The first, well, maybe not the first. But the first canon Zelda game where you
put some respect on Wand of Gamelon, okay?
Yeah.
No, that game sucks, dude. I'm not putting respect in any of those games. Those games are all bad.
Yeah. Those the top-down Zelda one.
I played them pretty recently. They're all terrible.
Yeah,
games.
I think it was Wand of Gamelon, right? But there was also the top-down one that had like the realistic pixels.
There's Faces of Evil. It's like Zelda's Adventure, Zelda's Quest.
Yeah, Zelda's Adventure, whatever. That one is terrible. The Game Grumps played that one actually too.
Yeah,
that was a famous playthrough. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was so happy to see the Link's Awakening thing return. So I was like, is this Link Between Worlds? And they're remaking that. And it was playing out the final battle from Link to the Past. So I was like, oh, are they just remaking A Link to the Past completely? But why are they showing the last boss? And then now I guess we're exploring an alternate timeline where I don't know, Link fucking lost, and then Zelda was alone, and then has to. So I'm wondering if this is the same map as Link to the Past, but just like recontextualized. But I saw a lot of clips look like new locations. I played so much of fucking Link to the Past, so like I feel like I would recognize any frame from that world, and I feel like I didn't recognize a lot of what I saw there. So maybe I was just kind of so astounded. I was like staring so much at like Zelda's character model because she looks great. I was so astounded by the Echoes gameplay. I was like, oh, they just turned Zelda into an immersive sim. Like they're really, really leaning into like that the Tears of the Kingdom gameplay, where it's like, oh, just use anything in the world to fuck around, So it definitely is kind of like a Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, and Link Between Worlds type of gameplay. Very, very experimental, very, very open ended at the start, and it gives you a lot of power at the start. It seems like. So it seems like Zelda is going to be really, really powerful. If she's able to clone anything and wield that's crazy. That said, I do wish that they gave her a sword or a gun or something.
Dude, a gun, an AK-47.
Yeah. It'd be cool if they just gave her a gun or a bow and arrow or something. I don't know, but we'll see. Who knows? I'm pretty sure you'll probably find an Echo that would just be a sword, and she just swings that shit or whatever. Because clearly, she was putting echoes of monsters on her head, and they were just like, shooting bullets. So that's why I was like, we should have just given her a gun. But
I'm happy she doesn't have a sword or have anything.
It is
Link
cool.
Does. I'm really happy she doesn't play like Link.
I do completely applaud the decision. I think it's a brave decision. I think I'd be really, really interested to see how it plays out. And yeah, it's an immersive sim. It just seems like it's going to be a really, really experimental game. Just throwing shit everywhere, and great art style. I can't wait.
Brad, you and Gene are in competition of being LSM's top Zelda man, I think, overall. So I'm very curious what you think about this as well.
Yeah, I think it's exciting. It's cool to see. I thought, and many others like Grezzo, who seems to be doing this also, was doing the Oracle games, like that thing at the beginning with Ganon. I was like, oh, is this the secret Ganon fight you get from Oracle games or whatever? But
oh yeah,
no, it's a completely new game, completely new Hyrule, everything like that. I'm really happy. I think the wand idea, or the rod she uses, is a really cool idea. I love the idea of putting up these blocks to solve puzzles. I'm really excited for all the weird. I know there's gonna be fun puzzles, so I'm excited to see what they do. When she busted out like a moblin to attack people, I was very interested. And later on, she uses a re-dead, like those screaming zombie enemies from If You May Rock Any Time. So I'm really excited for that. This looks delightful. It is cool. I know people have been wanting to play Zelda for a long time, so I'm really happy we got a game finally where you can play as her. The rifts everywhere is funny. It reminds me of like BioShock Infinite or Quantum Break, maybe. Maybe you'll get some weird shit coming out of those rifts. I'm curious. Especially because Link Between Worlds is a little more goofy. What they throw in the game, there's like Mario stuff in there, like Goombas. I wonder if it's gonna make Ratchet and Clank or some weird fucking thing's gonna come out of the rift, like a Goomba or something like that, which could be really fun. But it's also coming very soon, September, the end of September. That's really good to hear. I'm very excited for that. So yeah, very, very, very excited for this.
Micah, do you have any excitement for Zelda's rod or anything else in this game?
Well, yeah, actually, I'm gonna play this. This looks delightful. Dustin, do you remember Mighty Beans from when we were children?
Oh yeah, they have like the marble in it or something.
Side.
A magnet.
Yeah. I think it's like a magnet on the inside. But I loved Mighty Beans, and that's what this art style reminded me of. Mighty Beans were awesome. All right, but anyways, yeah, I was watching this, and it really got me. I thought, I'm not usually much of a puzzle person, but because it's so open to like, you just have so many options on how to like figure out these puzzles. That's my type of thing of like, okay, yeah, you're not locked into one solution. Basically, it's like, yeah, I am actually excited for this. This is something I'm going to try out. This will be baby's first Zelda game. Yeah, I mean, I tried Twilight Princess. I played it for 20 minutes. I didn't like it, but otherwise, I haven't tried one.
To be fair,
since then.
Twilight Princess does have the worst opening hour.
It is a
of
long
Oh
any
my
intro.
god,
Zelda
there was
game.
the fucking monkeys or some shit, and I was just like, I don't like this. I'm
Terrible.
what are we doing?
Terrible,
I
terrible.
stopped playing it.
It's such a shitty game to replay it because you have to fucking suffer through the first hour of that tutorials and fucking monkeys and hitting the slingshot and fucking wrestling the goats and everything. Jesus Christ.
It's Nintendo's fault that I'm not playing these games, because I had said that if they did, Wind Waker on Switch, I told Brad I'd play it, but they aren't doing it. They're not doing it. They gave us this instead. I'll play this. This looks adorable.
Good Zelda games on Switch. You can play on Switch though, Micah.
No,
Okay.
none of them have that cool little boat that I want to fuck. All right, that's the only one that he's in that game.
The
He's
King
not in
of
the other
Red
games.
Lines.
Yeah, you don't think he's hot?
He
You
is
don't
a
think
hottie,
the
I
boat
guess,
guy
yeah. I get
has
it,
a
I get
certain
it.
charm?
It's got a certain
Spoilers.
characteristic to him.
You want to ride that boat?
He's a cool boat. He's cool.
Well-
Mast up or whatever. I don't know.
Full mass.
Yeah, raise the sails.
Raise the sails. there she blows, right?
And she is
Jeez.
blowing.
Good lord.
All right, guys. Well, that's it for the Nintendo Direct. Let's go around. I'm just curious what you guys think overall. This is an interesting time in that I think, Gene, what you were saying is that, a lot of people expected this to be remake, like just remakes at this point, remakes and
central.
ports. But Nintendo surprisingly came, of course, a few remakes, but also plenty of new games as well in here. And this is we kind of have a blueprint or a layout for the end of the Switch now at this point. Maybe a few other things in there that we'll find out about, but this is pretty much it. So I'm curious what you guys think about this Direct overall. Let's do a grade from, a 1 to 10 grade overall. Your thoughts, Micah? Let's start with you.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff in here. A couple things that we didn't touch on that I wanted to mention. Darkest Dungeon 2 caught my attention.
Mhm.
Never played the first one, but this looks pretty neat. Romancing Saga 2 Remake as well. That got Micah's attention. All right, never played Romancing Saga game, but this has a lot of things in it. This was like you said, I wasn't expecting, the new Zelda. I was not expecting the new Mario Brothership, whatever game. Like, these are so many things I was like, wow, okay. I was 100% ready for Remake Central, and I was going to be pretty cool with that because we're approaching the end of the Switch. So this has been a really good Direct, in my opinion. I'm going to give it an 8 because that feels like a good number. I'm not going with halves. All right, I'm going whole numbers. I'm going to give this an 8.
Gene has he's either
He's just
disgusted or something. He's out
Yeah.
momentarily.
Bounce.
I upset him greatly.
So Brad, we'll go to you. Thoughts on the Direct and a rating.
Really good Direct. Lots of great stuff in here that I really loved. My own personal bias is I'm just upset that there's still no Wind Waker or Twilight Princess after waiting forever. But I got some great stuff anyways. Mario looks really cool. The Brotherhood thing. There's a couple lulls in this thing, like Fairy Tail 2. Nintendo Switch Sports, basketball update.
The update, yeah.
Yeah, it's just okay, Among Us, all right, I guess that's fine. Formagia, remember that game or whatever? That sounds like a slur.
I thought that looked pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, it looks all right. Just a horrible name. Oh yeah,
yeah. Can we talk about Formagia real quick and how that sounds like a slur?
Dude, that's what my chat said.
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
I was like, dude, don't call me that. The fuck,
it's,
dude? You Farmage.
Farmage.
Yeah.
It almost sounds like an anti-Italian slur because I'm thinking of Parmigiano, Reggiano. It kind of has a little bit of that vibe to it. It sounds like something you'd call an Italian person in a poor way.
Yeah, try it out on Colin and see if if he gives a glance, maybe you'll know if it's effective or not. But so Brad, rating.
Oh, also, hold on. Funko
yep.
Fusion really brought it down big time.
Oh, yeah.
But there's some obviously Marvel's Capcom 2 in that collection elevates it highly, and Zelda, a bunch of good stuff. I'm gonna give it a Metroid Prime 8.5 or a 9. I'll give it an 8.5.
8.5.
Really good.
8.5?
Really great. Yeah.
Okay.
Really great. Really great.
Gene, your overall thoughts and a grade.
I'll give it an 8.5 if we can do fives. Maybe I'll just give it a safer 8, just to be fair and not too hype about it and just leave some room. But yeah, other than Farmagia and Funko, pretty much a perfect direct. It just exceeded my expectations. I know I thought we were just gonna watch it and be like, okay, well, nothing much to talk about, so we'll just check back next week. But here we are, So when you said, well, I mean, we were gonna do this anyways, but it just feels even more justified to gather today for what was a really hype direct. And I think I'm seeing a lot of people say that Nintendo totally dominated the showcase season. For people who don't see that, I think it's because you do not belong in the communities that these games were really hyped for. Mostly the Mario community, Zelda community. Obviously, people who've been waiting for a playable Zelda for a really long time. We finally saw that. People who have been waiting any information for Metroid Prime, we finally saw that. People who have been waiting for Marvel vs. Capcom 2, we saw that. So
yeah,
if you're in the fighting game community, there's no chance in hell that you think that this was like a weak direct, right? But if you're not in those, if you're not interested in any of these games, then yeah, I can totally see why this was weaker. And you'd be like, oh yeah, well, you got a Zelda, But really, if you're deep locked in within these communities, if you're a Sakaguchi fan, this is huge,
Yeah.
Dragon Quest fans, this was huge. So a lot of great communities that I think a lot of us are part of. This was a fantastic showcase.
Yeah, the only thing that I can say overall is that I think that there are some things that in the rumor mill of Nintendo that didn't happen. Brad, you mentioned the Zelda Wind Waker HD, Wind Waker and Twilight Princess ports, not nowhere to be found. But that's one of those things. It's like, don't let the expectations be the thief of joy. And even if you're a Zelda fan, you have a whole new Zelda game that got announced, and it's coming out really soon as well. So I think that, especially with the context of this being so late in the generation to have a direct this strong, I'm going to go 8.5. I think you could arguably give this a 9, but I think that thinking about some of the down moments like the Funko, which any direct is always going to have stuff like that. But so yeah, we'll go with a nice 8.5 from me. But overall, I guess especially too thinking about what I expected this direct outside of the Zelda stuff, I actually expected it to be a lot worse. As Gene was saying, a lot of remakes, remasters, stuff like that to kind of just coast us to the end of the Switch's life. But no.
And here's the thing, like a lot of people are comparing like Xbox and Nintendo, and obviously it doesn't have to be a competition or whatever like that. But I think the reason why a lot of people are so hyped for Nintendo's even more than Xbox's, and don't get me wrong, Xbox Showcase was excellent. It was very, very good. But as you guys said on Sacred, not a lot of surprises. All the games that showed really well, we knew about. Gears of War E-Day being a prequel was really the only big surprise, right? But besides that, we all knew about Fable. We barely saw any of that. We all knew about South of Midnight. That looked good. But, all of these games we already knew about. But Metroid Prime 4, we knew about, obviously. So that was like Nintendo's Hellblade, and they're finally showing it. But we didn't know about Mario and Luigi. We didn't know about Zelda. We didn't know about Marvel vs. Capcom 2, So,
well, yeah.
They had Nintendo came with the surprise that E3 season was missing this year.
Yeah, they showed a lot of gameplay for everything.
They showed a lot of gameplay.
Thing they did.
They showed a lot of release dates, right? Yeah.
We got more
Sony got Concord,
Yeah. We got more gameplay from Metroid Prime 4 than we do of Fable.
Fable, yeah, come on,
Which is, I think Fable looks cool, but I wanted to be more excited about that trailer, but I'm like, I don't feel like I know anything more about this game.
I love Fable. I'm the biggest Fable fan, but I look at that trailer, I was like, I don't know what I'm excited for other than the graphics look good, but I don't even know what the game, show me what the game looks like. Tell me how this game plays. What is it? What are the systems? What are the priorities? Are there choices? What's the combat look like? What the fuck,
Gonna have to keep waiting.
So I don't know. I think I do think that the surprise of Doom to be fair to Xbox, the surprise of Doom to Dark Ages would have been a nice surprise if it wasn't for journalists that kind of leaked it out and ruined that, you know. And we kind of talked about it a little bit on Summon Sign, right? About how the leaks just kind of took the air out of that and said, yeah, you know what, Doom to Dark Ages, medieval Doom, that would have been a huge surprise. I would have been pleasantly surprised, but if not for the fact that we had weeks and weeks of people like Jeff Grubb and Tom Warren, great guys, but people like them just being like, oh, medieval Doom, just like that's just like radiating in the discourse and just removing any kind of like sense of fun and surprise out of it, because like once it happens, like, oh, that happened, that sucks,
Yeah. All right, guys, let's get out of here. So thanks, everybody, for listening. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you. If you don't mind, why don't you leave a comment? Let us know what your favorite part of the Direct was, whether you're on Patreon, YouTube, whatever. Let us know what you liked the best. We'll be back next week. So you're getting us 3 weeks in a row here, and then we'll go back to the standard every other week. But yeah, we just wanted to film this quick Direct episode. Let's go around. Say goodbye one last time. Micah, goodbye. Thanks for being here. We'll see you later.
No, certainly. Fun one to be with you guys. Glad we could have Brad with us. And again, everybody, try sleeping with one sock on. Give it a whirl. Let me know how it goes. Comment that on Patreon, please. Let me know how your experiments fare.
Comment on YouTube. Comment on YouTube, because this is going on the free feeds too, right? So
yeah, comment that on YouTube, and if you try it, then I'll know who to weed out of our comments. That's like kind of a sign. We can kind of get rid of those people. Gene, goodbye.
Yeah, good to be here. Enjoy this free episode. Give us a like on the feeds, and if you like what you see, check us out on Patreon.
Hell yeah. Brad, thank you for joining us. And thank you in advance for when you fill in for me coming up soon here. Not too far from now. I will be away for a bit. But yeah, thanks for joining us. Goodbye.
It is coming up soon, right? When are you leaving again?
Well, the baby's due on July 31st.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's real soon.
So
it's pretty soon.
Thank you for inviting me on. Appreciate it. Mr. Furman is going away. Mr. Ellis is coming to class. Substitute teacher time.
Good stuff.
It's going to be a good time.
All right, everybody. Thanks again. We'll see you next week. Goodbye. Punching Up, a Nintendo podcast, is a product of Last Stand Media and Collins Last Stand, LLC, and is proudly recorded in the USA. The show is written and produced by me, Dustin Furman. My co-hosts are Gene Park, Dagan Moriarty, and Micah Watson. The show is edited by associate producer Ben Smith. All of Last Stand's theme music is by Ramon Narvaez. Punching Up, along with the rest of Last Stand Media shows, are fan-funded on Patreon at patreon.com/laststandmedia. The following names are at the producer level on Patreon, our highest tier, and we're grateful for your kind contributions and generosity to our independent endeavor. Thank you.